All right, picking up where we left off, here's number 15. Natalie was given an expression, and she gave us this right here. To simplify, and she was told her final expression was incorrect. She showed her work and was positive she was correct. Based on our steps below, was she correct or incorrect? If incorrect, identify the steps she made the mistake, and correct if needed. Okay. Well, here's our first step. First thing we should have done is distribute. 3 times 4x squared is 12x squared. 3 times x is plus 3x. If you got a negative in front of your parentheses, all that does is it changes the sign of everything that's inside the parentheses. So this should be a negative 3x squared. This would change to a negative 3x. This would change to a positive 1. So that's what I got. Here's what she got. She put positive 3x. So she is incorrect. She messed up on step 2. Now she would combine like terms. So 12x squared and negative 3x squared is 9x squared. We got positive 3x and negative 3x, so those cancel out. And we just have a positive 1 left. Would have been the correct answer. Number 16, which one represents the graph? Well, I'm going to go plug that in my calculator. So f of x equals 2 parentheses x plus 3 squared plus 4. Well, okay, so I know I have a vertex at, if I can actually hit it, negative 3, positive 4, so we can see if that helps us out on any of these. Was it negative 3, positive 4? Am I crazy, y'all? I feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah, negative 3, positive. Okay, double checking. So negative 3, positive 4, so it's not A. It's definitely not B, because negative 3, positive 4 would be like here. Negative 3, positive 4. The only one that has one at negative 3, positive 4. My answer is C. But even just looking at the pictures, you should be able to tell which one matched our graph. Which of the following represents the product of the expressions? So they gave us 2 equations here. Expressions. You can either FOIL or box it. I'm a box kind of gal, so I'm going to box it. I got 12x minus 4, 12x plus 4. Well, 12x times 12x is 144x. 12x times negative 4 is negative 48x. 12x times positive 4 is positive 48x. Positive 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Combine my x's. Well, those two cancel each other out, so all we're left with is 144x squared minus 16. My answer is C. For number 18, we're trying to simplify and combine like terms. So first thing we need to do is multiply to get rid of those parentheses. 3t times negative 6t is going to be negative 18t squared. 3t times negative 4s would be negative 4st. Plus, now we're going to distribute over here. T times 18t is going to be 18t squared. T times 5st is going to be plus 5st. 5s is going to be 5st. Combine like terms. So we have negative 18t squared and positive 18t squared. They cancel each other out. If I combine these, we are left with, did I write negative 4 instead of negative 12? 3 times 4 is negative 12, y'all. Oh no. Do I have another pen on me? Yes, we're safe. Okay. So this one should be minus 12st. So negative 12 ST and 5 ST would leave us with negative 7 ST or TS, whichever one. All right, this one, first thing we're going to do is distribute here. 6 times 2x squared is going to be 12x squared. 6 times negative 3x is going to be negative 18x. Distribute our parentheses, it changes the sign of everything. So this is going to become a negative x squared. This is going to become a positive 5. This is going to become a negative 4x. Combine like terms. So we got x squared, 12x squared, and negative 12, and negative x squared. So we're left with negative 11x squared. Now we do our x's. We have negative 18x and negative 4x. So it's negative 22x. Then we have, there's nothing to combine with my plus 5, so just plus 5. All right, for area and perimeter, area, remember you add all sides. Add all sides. For area of a rectangle, you do your length times width or base times height, whatever you want to call it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do perimeter first. For perimeter, there's 4 sides, so I need to get my other sides. If this side's 5x plus 2, this side's 5x plus 2. If this side's 10x, this side is 10x. And then we can combine like terms. So we got 5x, 10x, 5x, 10x. That leaves me with 30x. Then we just combine our numbers here. 2 and 2 should be plus 4. For my area, we do our length times our width. So we got 10x times 5x plus 2. We're going to multiply to distribute. 10 times 5 is 50. X times x is x squared. 10 times 2 is 20. Don't forget my x. Our area would be 50x squared plus 20x. Says the area of a square table is 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 inches squared. What is the length of each side of the table in terms? So first thing we should always do is check for a GCF, which it does not have. Next thing we do is check and see if it's dots or PST, because if it's dots or PST, we don't have to do big X's like we did in a previous question. So it's not dots, it's not 2 parts that are perfect squares that are subtracting. So I'm going to check and see if it's a PST. Is 4x squared a perfect square? Yeah, because that would be 2x times 2x. Is 25 a perfect square? Yeah, that would be 5 times 5. Remember to check your middle term. So here's what makes something a PST. Is you would do 2 times A times B. So we're going to do 2 times 2 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Ignoring the negative sign, is that the number in the middle? Yes. This is a PST. So instead of using my box, I can go ahead and just get our parentheses in here. Like we said, the square root of 4x squared, we said is 2x and 2x. The square root of 5 is 5. 25 is 5 and 5. If it is a perfect square, PST, they're going to have the same symbol. It's going to match the one that's in the middle. It's going to be negative. So I guess since they're the same, technically we only have to write it once, 2x minus 5. All right, for 22, I'm going to plug this in my calculator, row 1, row 2. In the first row, we're going to plug in y equals 3x squared minus x. And then plug in y equals 4 into the second row. Go see where they cross. So y equals 3x squared minus x. Y equals 4. They cross at -1. So anything that doesn't have -1, we can cancel out. So B is out and D is out. And I got positive 1.3, so that's going to be a positive 4 over 3. Even if I plug them in, 4 over 3, it's going to be 1.3333. It's going to be C. Same thing here, row 1, row 2. Go see where they cross. So I'd plug in y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. And plug in y equals 5. So x squared minus 2x minus 3. And then y equals 5. Crosses here and here, so it should be -2 and positive 4. C. I'm tired, y'all. There's so many. Okay. Which equation represents a graph with a vertex at 1, 2 and passes through the point to -1. Okay. X, Y. I'm going to put these in a table. We have 1, 2. We got 2, -1. We need to be careful. We need to make sure when we plug it in, we need to make sure that this one specifically is our vertex. So plus sign, table. I'm going to go get our 2 points in there. We got 1 and 2. We got 2 and -1. And we'll plug in answer choice A, which instead of f of x and put y equals, saves me some times. 3 parentheses. X minus 1 squared plus 2. Oh, that's not squared. Nobody told. Okay. So this one definitely has a vertex at 1, 2, but it does not go through the point to -1. So A is out. So now I'm going to check answer choice B, which is -3. X, was that -2? -1? So this one has a vertex at 2, -1. That's not where we want our vertex to be. That one's out. So now I'm going to check answer choice 3. -3x -1 plus 2. This one definitely goes through both points. And the vertex is specifically at 1, 2. Our answer is C. Write our equation in standard form. First thing we need to do is take care of our parentheses. We can either FOIL or box it. I'm a box kind of gal. X minus 6, x minus 6, x times x is x squared. X times -6 is -6x. X times -6 is -6x. -6 times -6 is positive 36. Combine my x's. So we're left with 4 parentheses. Inside our box, we got x squared minus 12x plus 36 plus 5. Okay, now we need to distribute the 4 to the parentheses only. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times -12x is going to be -48x. 4 times positive 36 is positive 144. And we still have our plus 5 that we haven't done anything with yet. Combine these. We're left with 4x squared minus 48x plus 149. Yeah, I don't want to type these in. But here's what you would do. Equivalent. You're going to want to plug this in the calculator. And so what you're going to do is you're going to plug all 4 of these in. See which 3 of them make the same line. If they're equivalent, they're the same. Only one of them would not be on the same line as all the rest of them. I'm going to tell you it should be these three. (27), you do just like what we did with 24. They gave us 2 points. They gave us -3, -6, and 0, 4.5. But we need specifically -3, -6 to be the vertex. So you're looking for which one of these when you plug it in. Goes through both of those points and has a vertex here. I'm going to tell you the answer for this one. Should be A. All right, for dividing polynomials, they gave us here x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. It says divided by, but technically it's over. Well, this is a dots. First of all, you should always check for GCF, dots, PST. This is a dots, so we do not have to big text this. So I'm going to set up my parentheses here. X squared is x times x. 4 is 2 times 2. If it's dots, they're going to have different signs. On the bottom, we still have our x minus 2. We cancel out what they have in common on the top and bottom. What we have left is our answer, x plus 2. On this one, same thing. If I'm looking here, the top does not have a GCF, but the bottom does. 10x and 15, if I'm not sure, you can always use your calculator on the top and bottom row with just the numbers, have a GCF of 5. So if I divide those two by 5, 10 divided by 5 is 2x. 15 divided by 5 is plus 3. So this is what we actually have on the bottom. For the top, it's not dots, it's not PST. I'm going to have to box this. So we have 6x squared. We have plus 6. Now, if they're asking us to divide, they're going to have what we have on the bottom of our fraction bar as one of the factors. So I'm already going to put in my 2x plus 3. So we technically just have to figure out our other side now. So 2x times 3x gets us 3x squared. Oops. 3 times 2 gets us positive 6. And if we wanted to, we could check the middle. 2 times 2 is 4x. 3 times 3 is 9x. Is 9x plus 4x 13x? Yes. So our top, or I guess our fraction's going to look like this now. We're going to have 2x plus 3, 3x plus 2, all over 5, parentheses, 2x plus 3. Cancel out what they have in common. We will keep what's left as our final answer. So it would be 3x plus 2 over 5. All right, same thing for this one. This one's a dots, perfect square, subtracting. So it's actually going to look like this. Let me kind of separate my questions here. So parenthesis, 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 parenthesis. Okay. So 4x squared is 2x and 2x. 9 is 3 and 3. If it's dots, it's a different of two squares. They're going to have different symbols. On the bottom, this is not dots. It's not PST. There's no GCF. We're going to have to box this. 2x squared, -9. If you want to, we can even text as it. A times C, B. A times C, 2 times -9 is -18. Our B is -3. We need things that multiply to -18 but add up to 3. So, for example, we could do -9 and +2. Those multiply to 18, but they don't add up to -3. We could do 6 and negative 3, because 6 times negative 3 is 18, but 6 times minus 3 is not negative 3. We want negative 6 and positive 3. Those go in our boxes, doesn't matter which one. Negative 6x, 3x. I know my 2x has to go here because 2 times nothing is going to get me 3. 2x times x gets us 2x squared. X times 3 gets us 3x. 2x times negative 3 gets me negative 6x. 3 times negative 3 gets me negative 9. So on the bottom, we're going to have our 2x plus 3 and our x minus 3. Cross out what they have in common. Our final answer is going to be, oh, I don't know if I can fit this in there, 2x minus 3 over x minus 3. I squeezed it. Okay, I might do these two and then call it a wrap. This one they gave you an equation, plug it in your calculator and match. I'm not going to plug it in and show you. Your answer is D. Same thing on this one. They give you a whole bunch of equations. Just go plug them all in. See which graph matches. Your answer is going to be B. Says we have a pentagon, which if you wanted to draw a picture, you could, with 5 equivalent sides. If each side is represented by the expression 3k plus 8, so it means they're all 3k plus 8, 3k plus 8, 3k plus 8, 3k plus 8. What is the perimeter? So you can either add these all together by combining like terms, or someone in first period said, can't I just multiply by 5? Yes. Yes, you can, because all 5 sides are the same. So 5 times 3k plus 8. 5 times 3 is 15, so we got 15k. 5 times 8 is going to be plus 40. I think I have time to wrap up 32. Oh, I might not. Did you lose your phone? And your makeup bag?
Well, that I don't care.
Yes,
I didn't even take this out. Oh, Annalise took mine from me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see if I can try and wrap up 32 before I wrap up this video. Remember, your squares represent x squared. So these, and if they're positive and negative, they cancel out. Nothing cancels out with this one. So we're still left with negative x squared. These rectangles represent x's. Once again, if it's a positive and a negative, they cancel. This one has nothing to cancel out with, so we have a negative x. For my ones, we have a negative 1 and a positive 1. There's nothing to cancel out with this one. I feel a sneeze, y'all. Oh, okay. I think we're okay. I'm so sorry. I might have shouted in your ears. Okay. Parentheses. Distribute. 3 times negative 2x squared is going to be negative 6x squared. 3 times negative 4x is negative 12x. 3 times 2 is plus 6. Now we have to distribute our 5. Our 5 times negative x squared is negative 5x squared. 5 times positive 5x is plus 25x. 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. Combine like terms. So we got negative 6x squared and negative 5x squared. So we have negative 11x squared. We have negative 12x and positive 25x. That gets us 13x. And then we have plus 6 and plus 15. Shouldn't that be minus 15? Yes, because it's positive 5 times negative 3. My bad, skis. So positive 6 and negative 15 get us negative 9. Alright, last one for this video. Distribute our negatives. So this is going to become negative 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Negative 5 times negative 1/2 x squared is going to be positive 5 over 2x squared. Negative 5 times 7x is negative 35x. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. Combine like terms. Negative 2x squared and positive 5 over 2x squared would be 1/2 x squared. We got an 8x and a negative 35x. It's going to be minus 27x. We have a positive 1 and a positive 15. That's going to be plus 16. What do you think? One more? One more. Brandon's rectangular bedroom has a length of 4n plus 3 and a width of n plus 7. What is the perimeter, which means add all our sides? So let's get all our sides. If this side's n plus 7, this side's n plus 7. If this side's 4n plus 3, this side's 4n plus 3. Combine like terms. We have 4, 4, 1, 1. 10n. We have 3, 7, 3, 7. Plus 20. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Good luck.